What's up YouTube? How are you doing today? Chana D, your Techno Dad here, and in today's video, I'm going to be upgrading my Dolby Atmos and DTS:X setup from 5.1.2 to 5.1.4. And I'm also adding the Voice of God channel to run a 10.1 Auro 3D setup. And we're going to get into it right after the jump. And I'm back. Now, if you're new to the channel and you want to learn about 4K, home theater, and audio products, and how to set them up properly, you should consider subscribing, because I'm here to help. And don't forget to hit that bell so you get notified when I do a live stream to answer your questions or when the next video gets released. Well, now that housekeeping's out of the way, let's get into it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so today we're adding 3 more SVS prime elevation speakers to my setup. That's what's happening. I know 3 is an odd number, shouldn't you have 2? Well, I'll get to that in a second. So currently I'm running 5.1.2 and I wanted to add 2 more height channels so I can run 5.1.4. Why is that, you might ask? Well, since I got the Denon X4400H, it is a 9-channel AV receiver. Since it's a 9-channel AV receiver, I want to test out all 9 channels. So I want to thank the good folks at SVS for sending over these prime elevation speakers like super fast. And so what's the third one for? Well, the third one's for the Voice of God channel, or the top layer, for a 10.1 Auro 3D setup. And I also want to thank Denon for sending me an Auro 3D demo disc. So I can't wait to get this guy open and get everything running and set up and check it out. You know, it's gonna be pretty awesome, I think. It's gonna be pretty awesome. Now in this video, I'm not really going to be reviewing the formats, the 5.1.4 DTS:X or Dolby Atmos or the 10.1 Auro 3D. This is a video just to kind of show you guys the obstacles I had to, jump over just to get this set up. And I got a couple of tips for you guys that think, you have a 5.1 setup and you want to add 2 channels of Dolby Atmos or 4 channels. Definitely check it out because I got some great tips to make this whole upgrade seamless and painless for you guys. So enough talking. Let's get into the video. So the first thing I needed to do was measure and see how much speaker cable I'm going to need. I used my laser measuring device to find out the run for the longest or furthest speaker away. So I figured out I needed 43 feet, so I need 150 feet. So I got 2 100-foot spools, some cable clips, and of course the prime elevation speakers. After unboxing the speakers and drinking some installation juice, I started to prep the speakers to hang them first. Now this wasn't really an easy install because I have a brown beam, so I can't actually mark the template with any kind of pencil or anything. So I used a nail to just make a mark so I know where to drill for the template. So there's a quick tip for you guys if you have a situation like mine. And here's the finished product. As you can see, I have to flip around the SVS logo, but that was the left height surround channel. And now I got the bracket on for the right height surround channel, and I've moved on to the top layer for Auro 3D, otherwise known as the Voice of God channel. And this was a pain in the butt. I think it was because I was directly upside down and still working with the angle of the beam and just it was not working for quite some time, and I was getting kind of frustrated. But I finally got that first screw in and I was good to go. So here's the finished product. I think it came out nicely. Is it perfect? No, it's not 100% perfect or ideal, but this is what I got to deal with. This is my living room, so that's not going to change anytime soon. So here in the red circles are the 3 new SVS prime elevation speakers I installed. The other 2 in the front are glossy black. You guys can see that. There's the difference between the gloss black and the new ones. All 3 of them are black ash. Alright, so as far as wiring these things up, I'm going to need to know at the AVR end which speaker is which. So I went ahead and labeled these R right, L left, and T top. so that I know what's going on the AV receiver end when it's time to plug it in. So I started at each speaker, and if you notice, I'm gonna have to hammer in all the clips and take a little champagne break. And here's where all three cables are now merged into one big old cable strand thing that I've got to take all the way across the top beam. Alright, so here it is the next day, and this is kind of what the install looks like. These are the front two that I did last year, and then the other three. It doesn't look that bad, but if I were to want to get fancy and just take some brown paint, I could conceal the cables a little bit better. Now when we're sitting down, everything looks like it should be in the right place, and we don't really see too many wires, except for those ones up front. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, pretty cool, huh? Like I said, I might play with some distances. I might take the front two and spread them out a little bit, and I might move the Voice of God channel over a little bit. There's a little bit of changes I might have to make throughout the week to figure out what's going to be the optimal setting or the optimal position for the Voice of God channel and the front two Atmos channels, now that I've added the rear two Atmos channels. This is like a whole learning experience for me, and just kind of figuring out what's going to work in my imperfect situation, right? Because I'm sure, a lot of you out there aren't fortunate enough to have a dedicated theater room, and I'm hoping that when we move back down to LA, I will have an extra room for a dedicated home theater, and I'm sure it'll be pretty awesome. In the meantime, this is gonna have to do. So give me like a week or so to come out with a review of this upgrade. And if you guys have any questions, definitely hit me up down in the comments below or on whichever social media you like to use the most. And if you're having trouble making this switch or jump to elevation speakers from like the Atmos bouncy ceiling speakers, let me know. I'd be happy to help you guys out. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, go ahead and smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel using the button in the middle of your screen. Once again, my name is Chana D. I'm your Techno Dad. I'll see you next time.